Adewale Adesanya, who is a Labour Party candidate in Ogun State. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us what exactly is happening. The election has not held.
No, the election has not held.
Okay.
There's a by-election on August 16th.
Okay.
However, a few days ago, INEC released the list of the qualified candidates, and to the surprise of many and myself, the Labour Party was excluded from the list of contestants in the upcoming election.
Is there any particular reason given?
So, first, there are internal leadership tussle within the Labour Party, okay. But I'm not here to take side. I'm just here to explain what has transpired. Now, I followed the exact process that was laid down by the leadership of the Labour Party and recognized by INEC at the time. We did everything that we were supposed to do, including informing INEC, giving them 21 days notice of how this will work, of our primaries. We did the primaries, I emerged the candidate, and unfortunately, when the name came out, the entire Labour Party candidates were excluded from the list. No official statement has been made by INEC till date, but our speculation is that this might be because of the internal leadership tussle that is going on within the Labour Party today.
If it has to do with internal squabbles of the party, do you think INEC has an authority over that?
Yes, INEC is the umpire. They have a legal obligation to be the umpire and monitor what's going on within the electoral body, and they're the institution to ensure that things are done properly. First, I would have expected that INEC would have communicated better and would have given a fair playing field for all parties. If 2 weeks to the election, INEC, the umpire, is now taking a decision that is disenfranchising candidates, a particular political party, and their support base, just few days to election, I think that is not good enough. I expected a better administrative work or stance from the INEC and from the body. I think we young Nigerians, we have been looking for an alternative way to serve and to give our own part of, to be part of the government. And from last election, I and a lot of young Nigerians have seen Labour Party as an alternative party, as an alternative platform to serve the country. And my minimum expectation is that INEC is aware of this, is sensitive to this, and also does everything in their power legally to ensure that there's a level playing field. And for young people like us, we are not disenfranchised of our right to be voted for. And that will be my minimum expectation from them. Backup, there is a April 4th Supreme Court judgment on the leadership of the Labour Party. And the advice or the summary of that is that Labour Party leadership needs to go internal and solve their problem. However, 3 months down the line, INEC hasn't done anything or made any stance or communicated who they recognize. Then 2 weeks to election, you disqualify the party. I, as a candidate, I am for the process. I am for the process end to end. I went to the website, I followed the recognized leadership of the party by INEC as at the time I picked my nomination form and did the primaries. Then you disqualify my party and my candidates.
I hear you, and I can't, I'm not a politician, so I may not really know how it feels. But I know what it feels like to be defeated. I know what it feels like to feel defeated. But you are also not unaware of the fact that over time, INEC has taken that position of not recognizing candidates, even of the big parties, so to speak, that their party systems, their party leaderships are not properly structured. Many of them, in fact, there are a few of them that lost governorship candidature in a particular process simply because of the leadership of their political parties. You are also not unaware of the fact that as far as the Supreme Court is concerned, the internal affair of a political party is the internal affair of the political party, and no one really should venture into it. So, but the only person who could be able to say, look, we can't just sign on anyone if we don't have the say-so of the authority in the political party. Even the PDP recently came, against that fire with the INEC. So I'm wondering if you think that had a decisive influence on the position that INEC took.
I agree. Yes, speculatively, yes, because INEC hasn't come out to expressly say this is it. We're just speculating. However, probably this begs for the electoral reforms we've been talking about. I don't think the leadership squabble within a political party should disenfranchise Nigerians and young people and candidates from their right, fundamental right to be voted for. So probably we have a bigger discussion to have with INEC in terms of reforms. I'm a young Nigerian, I'm passionate, I'm energetic, like millions of other Nigerians. I want to serve my country, I want to serve my people. And then the umpire, INEC, is taking, anyway, for lack of better word, it's taking a tranquilizing drug of gradualism to solve key issues and making people like us who are ready to serve to feel denied of our rights. And maybe we will bail the cat with this situation. But going forward, this is not about me. Unfortunately, I'm going through right now. But I'm representing a lot of young Nigerians that want to serve and change this country. And we're looking for alternatives. We're tired of the old politics of confusion. And we want a new way of serving our country. We want an opportunity. And I, for once right now, have been denied of that opportunity because INEC decides to be confused about the leadership tussle of my party.
Is there a process of venting your displeasure to INEC? That's one. Secondly, is this something you would want to take to court?
So, the way to express my displeasure is through my party leadership. Irrespective of whatever leadership INEC decides to recognize, I, for one, I am for Labour Party, and I have done my own work in my constituency, working within the party to unify the party as a candidate and as a leader as one of the leaders of the party. My way of channeling my complaints, if I may put it that way, is through my party leadership, which I have done.
And what's been their response or attitude?
So the response has been challenging INEC through legal means and through administrative means as well. So for me, I think this has been about 4 days now, and INEC hasn't made any official statement as to what's going on. So for me, that is disturbing.
Is that something from Ogun SIEC, that Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission, or the INEC in Abuja?
This is INEC in Abuja because this is a federal House of Reps election. Okay. So it's conducted by the national body.
Okay. Now, is there any thing you are aware of? I mean, you've already said that there's a leadership tussle in your party in Ogun State. So if that same leadership approaches INEC, do you think INEC would listen if the reason, just as you said, we're speculating, if the reason is a leadership challenge?
So just to note, the leadership tussle or issue is at the national level. So for us, within my own constituency that I know, we're working together and we're looking forward to this resolution. Harmonization processes have taken place and it's just been probably very slow. However, for INEC, I just believe INEC should have done better with their administrative process and not wait till this time to disqualify an entire political party or their candidates. this is my request and the request of a lot of young Nigerians to say we cannot continue to have an umpire that waits until die minute before they make decision. If I had gone to the website, for example, of INEC, and it states that not applicable or puts anything like that on their website, that will have given me that, okay, this is where we are. And it will help a lot of young Nigerians like me or candidates like me to take a better decision. But
Absolutely.
You go to the website and Barrister Abure is still on the website, even as at now that I'm speaking, except it's changed before I came up to the studio. So that is my expectation of INEC. I'm using this opportunity to say we need to reform, we need to sit up, because the lives of a lot of people depends on this process, and INEC needs to do better.
Now that you're speaking for young people, and the whole idea, the reason you're going into this is because you have confidence in the system, and we're hoping that at the end of the day, everything is going to go the way we want to go. What would be your counsel? I mean, you've proposed some electoral reforms or the other. What would be your counsel in that regard? What are the things that you would want made better so that this other young people in your generation, as you put it, do not have the same similar experience?
Thank you. So first, to the young people, I want to say we shouldn't give up. We can only fix the system by engaging the system, by participating in the system. I think for far too long we've been spectators, we've been supporting our elders and the like. But now that someone like me and many more young people will be part of the system, we will force the reform. We will not force, but maybe support and help the reform. So, for example, one of the reforms should be the leadership torso of any party, or people that decide to play politics with the leadership of a party, should not affect the candidacy or the future of people who want to serve.
Well, it's a long conversation.
Yes.
Really. And let's just say this is one of those several beginnings we always start, and then let's hope that the conversation will continue subsequently. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Mr. Adewale Adesanya is a candidate of the Labour Party for by-election in Ogun State. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you.